Hey, what's up, YouTube? Alright, so I'm about to present you guys my 41 card deck for Gravekeepers. I went 3 and 1, but this is already an updated deck from the tournament that I went to. It's locals, so not too much, but let me get started and I will explain the changes too. But of course, I will do the 3 Gravekeeper's Commandant. Just easily search out Necro Valley. You want to start off in Necro Valley. Necro Valley is always great. Like, a lot of decks do not have responses for it, and not easy to get rid of because people don't deal with it. Then 2 Gravekeeper's Heretic, just because he can stay on the field for a lot longer than other people can, because he will not be affected by anything once Necro Valley is on the field. But then also use it for Spiritualist to get the fusion monster to get the full power boost for the fusion summon. Then 2 recruiters. I do think 3 might actually clog up. We don't know what it does, but yeah. Searches the Gravekeeper monster, adds to your hand with 1500 or less defense. Then 2 Gravekeeper spies. People say it's slow, that's why a lot of people actually run it at 1. I beg to differ. Even if you can just special summon it with Headman, with Necro Valley on the field, as a 25 booty you have on the field really easily, which is actually pretty great. But then I also do run the 2 Necro Valley Settle, I think. What's it called? Gravekeeper Settle. Or Stale. And he'll be back, and I'll get the flip effect. Now for the 1-up monsters, I do run 1 Headman, because I do run the 2 Gravekeeper Stale. Can easily get her back if I want to bring back and span the field. But also, due to the draw effects, I don't want to special summon too much. I do the 1 Gravekeeper Spiritualist, because you want to get the main monster on the field. Once he's out, then if he's out for 2 turns, then you've already won. If you don't, then you do not know what you're doing. And I'm talking about Spiritualist. What's the name of this? Supernaturalist. I'm an idiot. But yeah, I'm not even gonna fucking delete this video just cause, you know what, I have a personality, it's clumsy, it's whatever. Then you need to get your outs, cause I learned my lesson. I lost a duel against Danger Orchist due to the fact that I've already won the duel, but that a-hole put out a Tsuchinoko, an effing Tsuchinoko, and he targeted it with a Fog Blade, and I couldn't attack it. If I had one more turn, we went into time. I should have called the judge way before him, because he was reading everything, and I lost due to time, and I couldn't reach into him. I did have the spell card to search him out, and I lost the duel. But this is not this tournament, it was a tournament before. I've been doing really good with this deck. It actually works really well. But now, after this last tournament, I've decided to put in 1 Inspector Border, just to get more control of the duel and limit your opponent from activating effects. We'll see how it happens next week and what I can do with it. And then moving on to our spells, you do run the 3 Necro Valleys, because it is the most broken spell card out there, or just even effects lock out your opponent. because there's no deck out there that does not do anything with the graveyard or even try to move with the graveyard. I will tell you my standings after this with this last tournament. Then I run 3 thrones because you want to get that search for that Gravekeeper monster. Then for the 2, Gravekeeper still. Just cause it actually won me against Crusadia. Was it a Crusadia Guard Dragon? They were negating it, but I luckily landed 2 recruiters in my hand. So I activated 1, got negated. Activated 2, got negated. Had Gravekeeper stale, brought them back. The 3rd got negated, but then the 4th got my Necro Valley. He did have a Nutria Dragon, I believe, the one that banishes from the graveyard to negate, and Necro Valley was on the field. Could not negate, because he could not banish. Then, of course, the Royal Tribute. I would suggest that you use this wisely, because there is dangers. They do go off when they get tributed. But due to Necro Valley, it limits the effects activations in the graveyard, especially with Chupacabra, which is great. But I also would recommend not being afraid to use it. If it's your only thing to do, I would do it. I really would do it. And then for the search cards, we have 3 Pod Dualities. Got the gold rares. Just gotta get them extenders out there. You will see with the trap cards. You will be bedazzled with them. Then the 3 card and mice. Learn how to use these cards correctly, because I actually just learned. I know I'm not a really big ass pro, not just yet, but you can do all these nifty stuff before you activate it. I thought it was more of a you can't special summon when you activate this card before or after, but this is more of a you can special summon after you activated the effect, but you can't do damage. But it's all good. You will see why. The number 1 card has been winning me a lot. Hidden Temples of the Necro Valley. I wish I could run 2. I really do. Because this is my main lockout for any type of duel. Since everything is special summon based. And not everybody, well, I'm the only one running a Gravekeeper deck. And so I will be the only one being able to special summon. And make sure you have preferably a Gravekeeper Spy while that's on the field, because that will be your strongest monster, or the fusion monster, Supernaturalist. And another thing that I just added, due to the trap enhancements that I have made, 1 pod of extravagance. I wouldn't run no more than 1. 1 is fine. Actually, you know what? Even maybe 2. Then you just had to cut 1 more monster and just add more trap cards. Due to the fact you want to see this with Necro Valley. Does this dead draw me? It really doesn't. Imperial Tomb of Necro Valley negates anything and everything here in the deep blue sea. No, but yeah. I stopped a lot of stuff with just this, and this, and this, and this. Love that card. And then Not many actually fell for this trap card's effect this time around, but it's still great just to have it on the field due to the fact if you're not really dominant on Necro Valley, you just need one Necro Valley on board. If they don't banish it and it's just sent to the graveyard, coming due to your opponent's turn, or they end by destroying it, your Necro Valley, this will bring back your Necro Valley during your main phase or their main phase. And then some people don't even read it and they want to destroy it, which is a big old plus because you get to add a Necro Valley. I think it's yeah, you get to set a Necro Valley card from your deck to your hand, to the field. And I would definitely suggest, well, Temples or Throne. The only two options actually. But if you haven't drawn into Temples, I would definitely go for Temples if you had a Gravekeeper monster on the field. Then we also go for 3 Solomon Strikes. Bosch, first edition. Bam! But yeah, not much need to be said. Just negate a special summon, which, how things go, it's always Sarjuya. Wait for the Sarjuya, and negate it and stop their fucking play. They won't get their draws. Now, actually, you know what? I'm gonna save the best for last. But if you're starting off with a Gravekeeper Spy, Trunade, 2 Trunades is what I run. Great tech card, due to the fact you let your opponent attack your Gravekeeper Spy. Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't, and sometimes they attack your Spy on purpose. But the moment you get to activate their effect, special summon that recruiter, activate the tribute, destroy their monsters, and then grab a card from the deck. You will win. But if it's really late in the duel, which late in the duel would be 2 turns. 2 turns, you should already have your Supernaturalist. And your monsters will not be destroyed by card effects, which is amazing because you will have Necro Valley on the field. Now, my last 2 trap cards. Mind Drain. Mind Drain. Due to the fact that a lot of stuff are activated from the hand. Hand traps. You got Dangers. You got Arcist. You got Thunder Dragons. That's another thing. I went up against Thunder Dragons. They can't activate in the hand due to Mind Drain. It's a very popular deck. This stops it completely. And I will see it within the first 2 turns. Guaranteed. I won't run 3. Just in case, because I really do want to see Necro Valley. I really do, because if they're not running anything that relies too much on hand traps or hand effects, you want to see Necro Valley, because every deck really relies on the graveyard. Now, I'm not talking about road decks, but yeah, True Dracos maybe. I don't know how that works. I haven't faced any True Dracos. True Dracos took the first place today. I didn't see it, unfortunately. It would have been fun. But yeah, this is probably what I'm going to try out for regionals over at Denver, and we'll see how that goes. That's it for the main deck. Now the side deck. It's a little shuffled because I've been practicing with it. So, due to the 1 pot of extravagance, I have to run 3 Supernaturalist, because I need to have at least 1. And if I don't, that's fine. the tribe cards will fix stuff up to me or into my favor, so I can actually win the duel. It might take 3 or 4 turns, but it's gonna happen. Then, depending on my hand, if I don't start off with a Necro Valley, definitely will do a Steel Sworn Roach to negate or just pop any special summon monster on the field. This is funny. Alright, so for synchros, well, actually no, let me go through the fusions first. I should have a Fortress, but I only have a Chimera tech because I feel that a lot of rogue decks are gonna be Cyber Dragons. I don't have to use my monsters to summon it. If my opponent is playing a rogue deck, I will literally use their extra deck, one of their Cyber Dragons, tribute them, and F them up. And Fortress, it's like pretty much game. You will, if they set up a whole board, they have one Cyber Dragon on the field, which most of the non-extra deck monsters will be on the field. They're gonna take the name of Cyber Dragon. Fortress, let me see where it's at. Will blow up their entire field and clear it out for me. And if they actually set up a whole board, if they go first, that's probably 6k plus a normal monster that I can summon. But this is gonna get main deck just due to the fact that I do Extravagance and I only go into one monster. And then the last fusion monster, Winda, because I was thinking about sighting into a Shaddoll side deck type of thing, but that might not happen. But it's just there to take up space. I need the 15 slots. Then Baguska, I don't see it, but you know where it comes useful. The Utopia package for Lightning that actually helped me for a Thunder Dragon matchup to get over Colossus, because the last duel with Colossus I did not see a Necro Valley, but I did see a Necro Valley Throne that allowed me to do an additional summon. Had 2 level 4s, got over it. He tried to defend himself. I had a striked his ability to save himself, and he was done. Then this guy, I'm not even gonna read that right now. I haven't seen him yet, but yeah, Cowboy. Got my revenge on this guy who got Cowboy my ass before. If you go into a draw situations right, it's gonna work right. Then this card actually is very fun. Cannot target it for an attack. Can attack directly while you control a face-up spell card. Untouchable. And then cards I don't really see and you don't really want to see on the field. I messed up once and I could have actually got first place at the locals. Was Witch's Apprentice, because at that time I was running a skill drain. Then I was also running a soul drain. Soul drain screwed me over with this and forgot about it. Got really excited. Did not get the card back. Nightmare Phoenix, just in case. All these cards can actually still work. It's just situational awareness when you use it. And one Stardust Dragon, because I was running a Stardust Road, which I can actually still side out. But yeah, that's it for my extra deck. Alright. I side out just for the Mega Fleet. One Sliver Dragon. It works. It really does work. And I don't care what nobody says. I still do think that Joel is the best hand trap out there. It really is, because it will stop dangers, because that's the thing. And then second to that, above Ash Blossom, is going to be Ghost Orb. Because one, they'll get their effect, that's fine in Danders, but they're low on monster. And it's going to cut and disrupt their play if you use it correctly. And then for the last monster, I need to re-sleeve this Mega Fleet due to the one Cyber Dragon, just to clear out their extra link play. Alright, now into our... Oh, actually, I also do side out one more Inspector Border. Alright, now into our spells. One village. All your cards are mostly spellcasters. Depending what to play it smart. Especially against Guard Dragon decks. That will work. Then one Call by the Grave, because I'm limited to what I gotta do. Since I'm defending a board of traps, I do 2 Twin Twisters. That's all I have for spells. Then I do 2 cards you probably might actually not know about is 2 Magic Drains. If your opponent activates a spell card, they have to dump an extra spell card to activate that spell card. This stops a lot of stuff, and it actually kind of helped with Chaos Max or Ritual type of deck that they had to use. It limits plays. It really does. And I love it. Then the one Skill Drain. I wish I had 2 more evenly matches. I've gotten trigger happy with this. I need to learn it a lot better. But it's pretty freaking good. One Macrocosmos, just in case. I haven't sighted it in yet, but maybe one day. Starlight Road. It's great for this deck because once your opponent figures out that you're playing Gravekeepers and you're playing a lot of trap cards, they want to destroy your back road. And they want to pop your spy. So even with stuff like Afterburner for Sky Strikers, this lits and it does stuff. And that's why I run that one Stardust Dragon in the action deck. But yep, that concludes my Gravekeeper's deck profile. Hope you have a good one.